Vail's Back Bowls might be the most iconic high-alpine ski slopes in the United States. These massive high-alpine ski basins extend across a seemingly endless number of ridges, and even individually, they come across as spectacularly massive at a first glance. But the backside of Colorado's largest ski resort encompasses way more than just traditional high-alpine terrain, and each back bowl offers a series of features that set it apart not only from the other areas on the ridgeline, but from the top rung of destination ski resort terrain across all of North America. So which of Vail's back bowls is right for you? And how does the equation change if you're looking for traditional bowl skiing, glades, groomers, or even cliffs? Well, in this video, we'll give you a comprehensive overview of each of Vail's 8 bowl areas, what each one especially stands out for, what each falls short in, and who each is really for. Let's jump right into it. Starting from the west, we begin with Vail's Sundown Bowl. Thanks to its location, the sun sets right over it, hence the fitting name. Sundown is Vail's largest bowl, and it's also the sole back bowl with no intermediate terrain, meaning this area is for advanced and expert skiers and riders only. Up until 2022, Sundown Bowl had no direct lappable lift access. While guests could drop in from the top of Chair 3 or Chair 7, the terrain here did not have a lift to get directly back up, forcing guests to take an indirect route via Chairs 5 and 3 to lap it. But as of 2023, the newly installed Chair 17 offers this direct access. Despite the more convenient lappability, this area is still less crowded than most of the other bowls, perhaps in large part due to its size and its lack of intermediate terrain. Sundown Bowl is perhaps most famous for Ptarmigan Ridge, which is a traverse to runs such as Seldom, Never, and OS. These runs are low traffic and are often great places to find powder stashes. In addition, these runs and others on the opposite side of the bowl like Windows offer tree skiing either before or after the bowl terrain. Many skiers and riders love these runs because of the uniqueness of tree skiing and bowl skiing all in the same run. The rest of Sundown Bowl comprises more traditional bowl skiing, so skiers and riders who stick to the middle of the bowl can enjoy the wide open slopes from top to bottom that Vail's back bowls are famous for. Sundown Bowl is also home to a Jerry Garcia shrine, but we'll leave it up to you to find out where. Next up, we move to Sunup Bowl, and this is the bowl that started it all. As Vail's first bowl, Sunup has a storied history, having been hiked by the founding members when they first discovered the mountain. This is the bowl with the famous legendary back bowl sign at the top, and thanks to this symbol, it's arguably Vail's most iconic bowl. Because of this circumstance, as well as its location behind 2 very popular frontside lifts, Sunup Bowl is often the busiest bowl at Vail. The first run most people see when arriving to Sunup Bowl is the slot. The slot is blue rated and groomed, which is somewhat rare for Vail's back bowls. The rest of Sunup Bowl is mostly traditional advanced bowl skiing, but a few areas, most notably Over Yonder and WFO, offer excellent glades as well. These glades are some of the most underrated on the mountain, offering short, widely spaced trees and often holding fresh powder when other places start to get tracked out. Sunup is accessed by 2 lifts, Chairs 5 and 9. Many of Vail's bowls require a catwalk at the end to reach the lift, but thanks to Chair 9's location, runs such as Headwall and Yonder, which is not to be confused with the Over Yonder Glade Trail, can be lapped quickly and without any flat sections. One other thing to note, Chair 5, otherwise known as High Noon, has historically been one of the most crowded chairs at Vail, seeing extremely long waits during peak times. Up until 2022, this chair not only served Sunup, but provided the only access out of the Sundown Bowl. However, the recently added Chair 17 we mentioned earlier has substantially released pressure on this lift, and while lines are still common, Chair 5 is no longer the exasperating choke point it used to be. Next up, we move to the Teacup Bowl, which one might actually overlook when discussing Vail's back bowls. This smaller bowl area is served by Chair 36, which generally offers short lines throughout most of the day. However, if you've been on Chair 36, you might not feel that way, and that's because there is a big catch to Chair 36's morning and midday emptiness. The lift also serves as a primary exit from Blue Sky Basin. This results in a significant spike in queue lengths around 2 p.m. daily, coinciding with the closure of Blue Sky Basin. If you plan to ski or ride Teacup Bowl, try to avoid the late afternoon. Teacup Bowl is great for its traditional bowl skiing, offering notable advanced runs such as Emperor's Choice and Morning Thunder. Red Zinger, a blue rated trail, is frequently groomed, offering a smoother ride down for intermediate riders or those looking to carve. Vail also tends to groom at least one of Teacup's black rated trails on rotation. Additionally, Teacup Bowl provides ample opportunities for tree skiing on runs like Teacup Glade and down in Marmot Valley. It is worth noting that the snow in Marmot Valley is often thin and slick due to its lower elevation and location directly in the sun's path. For thrill seekers, Teacup Bowl has sections with small rocks and cliffs that get hit by locals regularly, including the only terrain sections in the back bowls that are marked as double blacks, although Vail, perhaps on purpose, does not include these double blacks on the trail map. However, if high flying isn't quite your style, these natural features are easily avoidable. Next up, we move to what's perhaps Vail's most well-known bowl area, the China Bowl. Named for its cliffline at the top of the bowl that reminded early Vail skiers of the Great Wall of China, China Bowl is undoubtedly one of the most talked about areas in Vail. For those new to bowl skiing or intermediate skiers looking to hone in their skills, the Poppy Fields runs are frequently groomed and provide excellent opportunities for someone's first bowl run. More advanced skiers and riders also flock to Poppy Fields to lay down aggressive carves. These groomers are wide and have consistent pitch. More experienced skiers and riders will find some thrill at Dragon's Teeth, which is home to some of the most iconic cliffs in Vail. For those who prefer glade skiing, Shangri-La offers a fantastic experience, threading through serene, tree-lined paths. Even with China Bowl's popularity, Shangri-La is often a great place to find powder. Access to China Bowl is primarily through Chair 21, which can get quite busy given the popularity of the area. If you find Chair 21 crowded and it's before 1 p.m. or so, a handy tip is to take the catwalk to Chair 36 for an alternative route. As we continue to move east, we get into some of Vail's more tucked away bowls, and among these less frequented areas, Siberia Bowl stands out as the go-to destination for those in search of some of the most extreme terrain in the back bowls. Although it's one of the smaller bowls, it offers perhaps the most expert-oriented features. Among the runs in Siberia Bowl, Rasputin's Revenge and Red Square are particularly renowned. These runs are steeper than most other areas of the back bowls, and they offer a variety of cliff jumping opportunities, from smaller drops to not so small ones. Accessing Siberia Bowl involves a bit of a trek. From the top of Chair 21, you'll need to take a catwalk that winds around to just before the Mongolia platter. Alternatively, the Mongolia platter itself can take you to another part of Siberia known as the Bolshoi Ballroom. This side of the bowl features wide open, low-angle glades that are perfect for those looking for a less intense experience. The return journey to Siberia Bowl after a run involves wrapping back to the bottom of Chair 21 and taking it up again, followed by the catwalk from the top of 21 back around to the Siberia Bowl. This inconvenient access route contributes to the area's lower traffic, which can be a significant advantage for those looking to escape the crowds, but a disadvantage for those who want to maximize their vertical feet. For those seeking the most secluded and least accessible terrain at Vail, it's well worth checking out the inner and outer Mongolia bowls. These areas are known for their remoteness, requiring a bit of effort to reach, but skiers and riders who make the trek are often rewarded with some of the best conditions at the resort. To access these elusive bowls, your journey starts from the top of Chair 21. From there, you'll need to navigate a catwalk that winds around past Siberia Bowl to the Mongolia surface platter. This lift takes you to the top of Inner Mongolia Bowl. Once you've tackled that descent, you'll find yourself on an even longer variant of the Siberia catwalk taking you to the bottom of Chair 21. To lap the Mongolia bowls, you need to repeat this lengthy process, which is why most people don't spend much time here. But despite the logistical challenge, the Inner Mongolia Bowl offers a unique skiing and riding experience. It's less steep than other bowls, making it an excellent choice for those looking for low-angle powder runs. The widely spaced trees and low traffic also make it an ideal location for finding powder stashes days after a storm has passed. However, like most of Vail's other bowls, the Inner Mongolia Bowl does face directly south, so if temperatures have warmed up at any point since the last snowfall, this highly exposed area can become very crusty and unenjoyable. But if the Inner Mongolia Bowl isn't remote enough for you, you'll want to traverse all the way to the edge of the resort boundary to hit Outer Mongolia Bowl. Outer Mongolia Bowl is very similar to neighboring Inner Mongolia Bowl terrain-wise, but its access involves an additional catwalk. This extra stretch of traversing both at the top and the bottom, combined with the platter ride, perennially makes Outer Mongolia the emptiest part of Vail. The terrain in Outer Mongolia mirrors that of Inner Mongolia, offering similarly gentle slopes dotted with widely spaced trees, which is ideal for those seeking low-angle powder runs. That being said, the added effort to reach and return from Outer Mongolia means that if you make it all the way out here, it's not unlikely that you'll have the place entirely to yourself. For skiers and riders looking to escape the crowds, Outer Mongolia offers an unmatched opportunity compared to the rest of Vail. But like with Inner Mongolia, freeze-thaw cycles can wreak significant havoc on Outer Mongolia's conditions, so make sure that temperatures have been consistent since the last snowfall before making the arduous trek in and out. But Vail's bowls aren't entirely on its backside, and while not officially classified as one of Vail's back bowls, Game Creek Bowl's namesake makes it worth a mention in this video. While it's not as big or aesthetically distinctive as Vail's backside terrain, Game Creek Bowl offers some key advantages over its neighbors in the back, and it's also quite unique from the rest of Vail's front side. Game Creek Bowl offers a wide open skiing and riding experience under and around the chairlift, making it a solid option for those who enjoy that classic bowl-like skiing experience. But on the other hand, Game Creek Bowl features several runs cut through the trees that more closely resemble the frontside terrain of Vail than they do the back. This mix provides skiers and riders with a variety of experiences within one area. Game Creek is also unique in that, unlike the rest of Vail's bowls, it actually has some beginner terrain. Perhaps the most notable of these is called Lost Boy. Today, Lost Boy is one of Vail's most sought-after green runs, and it also serves as one of the entry points to the Minturn Mile, which is one of the most renowned lift-access backcountry runs in Colorado. Game Creek also probably offers the best snow retention out of any of Vail's named bowls, with the north-facing terrain to the skiers left of the lift preserving conditions much better than the largely south-facing back bowl areas. So that's our comprehensive overview of Vail's back bowls. These massive and iconic terrain areas aren't perfect, with plenty of better terrain zones out there for beginners, experts, and those who value the highest quality snow retention. But there's a reason why these swaths of high alpine terrain have helped Vail grow into the powerhouse it is today. Not only are the back bowls spectacularly expansive, each one also has its own special flavor, making for a unique experience on every run, no matter your ability level. Say what you will about Vail and its branding, but it's hard not to come away from its backside feeling like you've checked off one of the true wonders of North American skiing. If you were paying close attention to this video, you might have noticed a lot of the same people in the clips throughout it. And it turns out that's no accident, because you're seeing the jackets of none other than our PeakHouse Colorado 2025 crew. We just released our first batch of 2026 trip experiences, and if you thought Vail's back bowls looked cool, just wait until you see what's in store for our New Zealand, Japan, and Whistler trip itineraries. And if your alpine itch doesn't end with skiing and riding, you've got to check out what we have planned for our Banff and Jackson Hole summer hiking trips as well. Nearly half of the people on last year's trips had so much fun that they've already signed up for a round 2. Spots are filling up quick, so if you want to put down a deposit for one of these trips and see the full itineraries, check out the links in the description below. For more information on Vail and over 100 ski resorts around the world, check out peakrankings.com. And special thanks to our Peak patrons. See you for the next one.